The day the Earth blew up, a Looney Tunes movie. This is a feature-length animated movie starring Porky Pig and Daffy Duck. They are friends to the end, brought up by Farmer Jim, who leaves them a home and says, please take care of this home and always support each other. Farmer Jim leaves them to grow up and become, quote, responsible adults and or pig and duck. There's an alien invasion and gum that turns humans into zombies. This, look, the plot is ridiculous. It involves the end of the world or maybe the end of the world. This is Looney Tunes back to form. I don't want to ruin any of the jokes or the story, which is ridiculous. It involves gum that changes you into zombies. It involves space travel, aliens with strange motivations. Zombies that say chew. And the film works on two layers. For kids will enjoy it, but parts are scary. The story, elements of the story are inspired by, you will not believe this, zombie movies, Evil Dead, John Carpenter's The Thing, very inspired by that, and Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I kid you not. All of those are inspired aspects of the movie, and it's over the top. It's really Looney Tunes for adults. Some of the layers of humor so good. I saw it with a packed audience in Burbank that was laughing the whole time. I was always a Looney Tunes guy. I was never a Disney guy as a kid. I loved Bugs Bunny and the Bugs Bunny Show, all the Looney Tunes, Wile E. Coyote, Roadrunner. These were cool cartoons. Walt Disney cartoons, Mickey Mouse and whatnot, Goofy, that was for little kids. I found it milquetoast. Never a big Disney fan, always a Looney Tunes fan. And I got to say this, there are guns in the movie. If I'm seeing a Looney Tunes movie, give me some guns. There's guns and weapons and lasers and flamethrowers, and inspired by classic horror movies. I loved it. 9 out of 10. Go see it. I've seen it twice now. Love the film, but it is really for hardcore. If you have to be a fan of Looney Tunes. The humor is also fast and stuff goes by quick. I loved it. Alan?
Yeah, you like this movie better than I did.
Okay, there you go.
Oh my gosh. It's like 90 minutes was a chore for me to get through. We like 90-minute movies. This one,
it's a crowd pleaser.
About an hour in, I'm like, this movie has to end. Look, I love the fact that this is 2D hand-drawn animation. I miss it. I love seeing it here. Let's see. Also, I'll make one observation. You mentioned it's homage to zombie films. There is a Ren and Stimpy feel to this movie.
Yes.
In terms of the humor, a lot of butts, a lot of, you have the animated Ren and Stimpy, and then they cut to some kind of like, it looks like a painting of something or
yes, very Ren and Stimpy inspired. So they're paintings. There's a joke with Farmer Jim in the beginning of the movie where people lost it in the theater.
Is it where
he's so ridiculous? Yeah.
Is it where he's like,
no, don't say it's so good. It gets a huge laugh.
Okay, so you bring up something that I'll point out here. You saw it with a crowd. I saw it by myself in a giant movie theater. And I think there's something to be said about seeing this in a crowd versus alone. And oddly enough, it was a movie theater that I saw it in. To me, it just wasn't funny enough. Maybe if there was a crowd, I would have laughed out loud a little bit more. But I didn't I never found myself laughing out loud about this one. I found myself kind of feeling bored near the end, especially when the second, third act comes in. This is the one big issue I have with this movie is Porky Pig and Daffy Duck. The Looney Tunes movies and cartoons and shorts that I've loved always featured conflict between the two characters, Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck, Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd. In this one, they're friends. They're friends from start to beginning, and there is a bit of conflict, more personality conflict between them than there is real conflict, real relationship conflict. It kind of plays out. There is a rift in that relationship, but it is this conflict that runs throughout the entire film or short films like Rabbit Season, Duck Season. They're constantly at odds with each other, and to see them as friends just kind of lessens the impact of that.
But there's tons of conflict that pays off at the end between the two of them.
Yeah, I understand that it builds to it, but it's established right up front that they're best friends.
And by the way, you are more of a Disney guy. I am more of a Looney Tunes guy. Those senses of humor are very different. One is more wholesome, and the other one is the opposite of wholesome. Well, so I say if you like Looney Tunes, you will like this, and then I'll leave it there.
Yeah, look, I'm a Looney Tunes fan too. Look, every afternoon when I got home from school, it was Looney Tunes. That's all there was on television. Mickey Mouse was not on television. It was Bugs Bunny, Elmer Fudd, Daffy Duck, Porky Pig, Sylvester, and Tweety Bird. All those cartoons are about the conflicts between the two main characters. And this one, when they're friends, you don't, the comedy doesn't come out like it should, because they're friends, because they're not at odds with each other. And that's something I miss. I wish there was a little bit more, I wish they were a bit more meaner to each other, just so I can get through to the end of this 90-minute movie. So look, this is for kids. I will disagree. I think it is for kids. I think you can take your small kids. We talked last week about the Night of the Zoopocalypse. That was a kid's film. That was a horror film made by Clive Barker. This is kind of the same thing. I think kids can handle this kind of horror. Definitely, it's for kids, but I think when you, as a fan of Looney Tunes, I think you're going to see what I see, and this weird relationship between Porky and Daffy just didn't do it for me.
Well, I loved it, so I recommend it. And also, I never chew gum. This movie made me want to chew gum.
Those made me not want to chew gum.